I'm just going to wait. Can you hear me? Just waiting for the moderator to let me know. I'm not using my microphones today. Can you hear? Hello? All right. So, hi everyone. Thanks for joining my channel, JudgeDesire for Knowledge. I hope you all can hear me. I'm trying out my default microphones just to see if they work as good. All right, moderator, whenever you're available, can you let me know if there is sound or not? I don't want to waste this whole episode with no sound. Hello? Giving it a second here. I'm waiting for sound. I am waiting. Okay, I'm going to move forward. Like I said, hi everyone. This is JudgeDesire for Knowledge. If it's your first time, thank you for joining me. If it's not your first time, I appreciate you and thank you for continual support of my channel where I come to improve and empower people. This is a self-improvement and self-empowerment channel for those in need. Know your truth, real talk. So don't take it seriously when I state things in my content, because it's basically based on experience, not facts, and what knowledge of information and things that we see daily outside of the world and within the world. So my content this week is on relationships like it was last week. Oh, go check that episode out. I know a lot of people didn't get to see it, but it's really serious. Jezebel, exposing the Jezebels. That's pretty cool because there are a lot of them out there, male or female, especially females, and they're not going to want to hear it, but that's not my problem. The world needs to hear it. And so I'm going to give the message either way. So this one on relationships is about you're scorned if you did this. All right. Sound, please. I've been asking. Okay. Thank you. This one is on scorned lovers. Like I said, go see my last episodes where we exposed the Jezebels for who they are. And now this one is you're scorned if you did this. So do you know of anyone, maybe yourself at one time or point when you were at your lowest of lows and you may have done this, or willingly or unwillingly? Scorned lovers or even scorned friends. That's actually a reality. People can be scorned friends as well as scorned lovers, um, and they're not to be played with when they are hurt. So be careful of those people you hurt, even if you haven't done it intentionally. Some people take it to the point where they go beyond, and I'm sure we all been there with in a relationship at least once. And I'm not saying it's continual, because then if it is, then something's wrong with the picture. You're picking the wrong people, or you're attracting the same type of people, right? So basically what I wanted to say about that is, okay, when they are hurt, yeah, they want to hurt other people, for what they have done to them or to themselves, but they've always pointed the fingers at other people instead of taking the blame. Those are the type we're talking about. Either be a friend or in a relationship, um, a situation that makes you bitter, hateful, or regretful. They can become unhinged. So these are what we call scornful lovers and scornful friends. And you can get either one. Like I said, they become unhinged. How can you tell that they are scorned lover or a scorned friend? Usually, I don't even think you need these definitions that I'm going to provide, but for those in need of information, because you may not see it, if someone is always, how do I put it, against you in some form or matter, whether it's an ex or a friend, and you can never seem to be on the same level no matter how hard you try, usually that person is scorned. So they're not going to try. So that's one point for me. But we're going to start with scorned lovers. Okay. If you did this, then you're a scorned lover. All right. So if you have resentment towards your ex and still hold a grudge, it equals you are a scorned lover. All right. Now, if number two, if you can't let go of the past and let it be at peace and move on in other directions or relationships, you are a scorned lover. Unless you don't want to move on, but don't stay stuck into hurting someone else because you can't move on or you choose not to. Those are two different things as well. I just needed to add that because I have a list here that I didn't want to forget that I came with up with. Like I said, know your truth, real talk, and this is my truth because I see it in everyday living. I've experienced it once at least or twice. No need for us to count, but I'm sure all of you've been through it at least once. And also in my journey and work experience, I mean, the courts are full with people that if they didn't do crime, it's always a love situation, marriage or something, where people are resentful and manipulative, and it hurts the other parties and brings the children into it as well. So it comes to the courthouse, whether it's criminal or civil or family offense. So unfortunately, that's where we get all of this. So these are the things we don't want to do, but that's if you're a scorned lover and you can't move on, all right, and get past the past, then you're a scorned lover. All right. Number three, if you can't allow or see your ex move on in another relationship or on their own, you are a scorned lover because now you're holding on to something that's not real. It's not coming back at all. For some it might, but majority that are like this, who would want to go back to a scornful lover? No, I wouldn't want to be unhappy for the rest of my life. So I'd be a no for me. And so it's time that people start looking at what you're dating before you get serious, or who you have children with, because you're going to be with them for a very long time, especially if you choose to have children with that person, believing whatever it is that they sell you or dictate to you, or maybe one time they were nice but they changed. That happens with people. But unlike other people that think ahead and say, if this is the person I want to have a child with, I'll wait instead of rushing. Sometimes things happen. Just gotta let it happen. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read my comments. Having a man or woman scorn a man. Now, yeah, yeah. He has no fury like a woman scorned. I've seen shows based on this, and yeah, I wanted to bring two sides to it. That is true, and friends as well. So no one ever says friends. There's always lovers because that's the percentile is higher there, but it's both actually. I'm sure they'll have some shows where used to be your best friend, things like that. I used to watch Lifetime and I could laugh at it now, but most of it had to do with betrayals, disloyalty, corrupt men or women killing their wives or husbands for money, greed, and that's sad. Those people are scornful. All right. So that's another part of scornful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That was really good out there, sweetie. I appreciate you. And which one was I on? Okay. All right. And so if you can allow to see them to move on, then you're a scorn lover. Okay. So number four, if you seek revenge over being left in the cold over an ex, it equals you are a scorned lover as well. Why would you care if someone left? Oh, yeah, it's not easy. I can't say that. But for me, if I was ever left in the cold, um, move on. It wasn't, the timing wasn't for us. I'm good. I move all upward and forward. I don't do revenge. I never did with my ex husband or my exes. So I move forward. If it's meant to be, it will be. Period. That's how we all got to look at it. But heal yourselves first. It takes a lot for some people. I don't know what it is, but healing process is needed there if you can't do it, and it's not easy. Yeah, being left in the cold is not funny, but taking revenge on people doesn't make it happen. Your revenge should always be, what kind of person am I going to be? I'm going to be so great. I am so great, and I'm going to be better than they ever wished that they lost, or something like that. They're going to wish they never lost me, but not to harm them. For yourself, build yourself. Think about doing things like that for you. Stop thinking about what you're going to do for the other person to see you as someone. How about doing it for you? That's your revenge. I'm going to work on me and be a better person. That's how I get my revenge back. And that's exactly what I did. I had no revenge, but if I break up with someone like my ex-husband, I leave them alone, I build myself, I move forward. They're lost. I mean, I'm not crying over spilt milk. There's reasons why things happen, and sometimes when you look at it, it's the best reason ever. And for me, it was. All right, and so then we go on to number 5. If you use the children in any form or matter against your ex, including child support, only to get back at them, not child support because you need it, because people can work things out. You don't really need the court system. And I do have a video on child support. Go check that out. It's with my Legal Matters show. But in hi birdies, but and this is coincidence for me because a lot of people think that people bring people to court for child support while working in family court, because I work in another part of the court. That was not true. The people did it for vengeance, resentments, to bring someone to the lowest of the low. And I hate to say it again, but I don't have many female watchers anyway. So mostly, unfortunately for us, it was the women. There was very few men that did that. It was the women bashing and doing resentment if they were left behind, or they wanted to take every dime just because they had a child. Not everybody wants a child to be taken care of, but we can resolve situations. Go see child support, my show, because this is not what this is about, but where you can resolve situations outside of the courtroom, unless you're so greedy that you don't care and this is what you want to do to be vindictive. Then use the courts. In the end, the children pay, not you. But anyway, um if you're doing that, then you are a scornful lover. And if you had a child to keep your ex, you are a scorned lover. That's number 7. Number 8, if you try to stop your ex from moving forward without you, you're a scorned lover. I think I said that already. Did I duplicate that question? If I did, I'm sorry. All right. And number 9, if you hid your true colors while dating and they find out later it's not who you said you were, I mean, not even your history is right, um, and you were left because of that, you're a scorned lover because you didn't tell someone who you were in the first place. What do you think? They're going to stick around and wait for the rest of you to show up? No, I wouldn't. I'm not waiting for the rest of you. Once I get those red flags, I'm out. And well, now I don't have to worry about that because I'm happily married. Thank God for that. And someday we all get to that place when we heal and we grow and we can see what's right for us and what's wrong for us. Then we'll know. All right. And number 10, if you had hidden motives and are spiteful, then you are a scorned lover. Because a lot of people pretend when it's over that it's actually over, even if it was amicable or separated. Well, the birds are beautiful. Separated because it didn't work. A lot of people act happy, but inside and behind the scenes, they're not. They're doing a lot of dirty work behind the scenes to make sure they get you. And you find out later through child support or police reports. I've seen police reports where order for protections were put out on people that it was false. But the judges have to go with whatever you state. But then when they bring the other party in, depending on how you react in that courtroom, they'll know if it's actually true or not. I'm going to do a video on order of protection so you know not to overreact in the courtroom, because then the judge will assume that the person bringing you to court, even though it's for resentment, it might be your violent, but if it's not, and you don't need to have an order of protection on you, because it not only violates you, it goes on your record. People with guns, carriers, officers, peace officers, you can't carry a gun. So they affect you as well as a restraining order. You can lose your job some places. So be very careful of people that are so resentful that they do things like that to get to you. It's the same as child support. Some people do it for revenge, and some people do it because they have no choice. Usually it's the first one. Anyway, um, so that is what I have for scorned lovers. Now we're going to go for scorned friends. If you're in a relationship under false pretenses, you're a scorned friend. So some people act like your friend when they come, and they're not a friend. They're a frenemy. They never were your friends. Yes, indeed. That's right. And also, number two, if you give the them false hope and pretend with lies, you're a scornful friend. Again, people that lie to you as friends, best friends, whatever they want to call acquaintances, be very careful of, because they can be scorned people that come back from other things, places, maybe want to date your boyfriend or girlfriend. You never know what the case may be, but they become scorned friends because there's something that they need or want to get, not from you, but take from you. So, oh, it started raining. How beautiful. It's a blessing. All right, number three, if you start to date your friend's lover, you're a scorned friend. You know that, right? Because if this is a best friend and you've been together, and just because you broke up with your boyfriend or husband, now your friend is dating, that sounds like a scorned friend that was always there to make sure that they were there to pick up the pieces for you, but not on your side. You know, we got a lot of people like that in the world, unfortunately. And so that's considered a scorned friend. Also, I have number four. If you've never intended on friendship and was looking for a relationship instead of a friendship, and it turned out, and you got turned down after revealing it, and you no longer want a friendship with that person, you're a scorned friend. Because, like I said, you were only in it to gain a relationship, whether it's heterosexual or homosexual, and you become friends with someone, but now you want to date them, but you was always just friends, and that other person doesn't feel like that about you, you know, and you didn't think that they would turn you down, and now, of course, you're a spiteful. I'm sorry, you're a scorned friend, right? Who wouldn't be after that? I wouldn't choose to do that kind of way. If you came in under false pretenses, then you're already a false person. And not only that, you're scornful because that's not what we agreed on. Friendships is friendships. And that's where some people can lead to marriage and friendships. But if someone says no, that's not what they're looking for, then it's no. Don't become scornful and uh, resentful and vindictive afterwards, because that's not cool. Oh, my voice. All right. So now the lessons to learn here is sometimes rejection is God's protection. All right. Take all that you learn from it, right? And make it positive ones. Yeah, positive lessons. This is when you can let go of resentment, which is really, really important. If it was meant to be, then it will never leave, right? You don't force things to be what it's not going to be. If it's over, it's over. Let it go. And if it's meant to be, it'll come back to you. But you don't force issues, 'cause that's unhealthy. In case mentally unhealthy, that's like turning into a narcissist unless you was already one. And most of them are scorned lovers are narcissists, definitely, and manipulators, big time. Um, like I said, I'll never leave you. Self worth and self awareness will help you on your journey to self discovery and healing your inner self to make the right decisions for yourself. Don't look at other people, look within yourself, make that right decision for yourself, and to become a better version of yourself. If you follow these things, then you will become the better version of yourself. I've learned to become the better version of myself by letting go, let God. I just no longer force situations, which I really never did, but hang on to situations too long. If it's not in accordance with us, it's not in accordance. It's If it's too much work, it's not worth it. And if it's too easy, be careful of that too. Either way, become a better version of yourself, and your divine relationships will come, um, either with self or with someone else. But unless you do that healing, you won't know the right person. When I say divine relationships, we can say the one that is meant for you. Other people in Christianity and spirituality would say that person was born for you. And, everybody else has their own reasons, but these are the people that are actually meant to be in your life to grow old together with. Okay. So if you heal those things, you might find the right one. Don't hang on to the wrong ones and then end up in divorce because they weren't exactly what you were looking for. They were either sleeping around, taking your money, or doing all of that all at once, either through children or no children. And those are the ones we got to be really careful for. Just because you can have children doesn't mean that those are the only ones doing it. Those that don't have children will take your money too, through alimony, lawsuit, your home if you're married to them. So be careful of those type of women or men as well. All right. And like I said, be a better version of yourself for your divine relationships to come on in, either with yourself, because people can have a divine relationship with themselves or with someone else. Hopefully, it's with someone else. Two is always better than one, but one gives you a strong mind to get to that point where you will be able to have that in the future. And so go within and be your better self. I know you can do it. So thank you for joining me here on Know Your Truth Real Talk with me, Judge Desire for Knowledge. We have just adjourned with Judge Desire for Knowledge, Know Your Truth Real Talk. Please like, share, and subscribe so that other people can around YouTube can get the help they need if needed. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a doctor, but someone needs to hear this message. And there's a lot of people out here that they go to professionals. That's okay, but here you don't have to pay for it. We assist the professionals without medication. So we are here to, like I said, this channel is for self-improvement and self-awareness and self-empowerment channel. And I would love for a lot of more people to join us here so we can have a dialogue with each other. Yeah, thank you for that. Release and let it go, and you'll be fine. It'll work out. People just want to believe it won't. But when you stay on stuff like that, thank you for that comment, you stay bitter inside. Always thinking why you allowed it to happen, or why this didn't happen, or why you let it happen. So, you know, same thing. It's always going to be one thing or another. But one thing that proves that you healed when you say, I made the mistake of allowing it to happen, other than that person's fault, which I see all the time. At least 90% people say that part. So let's begin to heal and be a better version of ourselves. Like, share, and subscribe, so those people that are like this and figure after seeing this video that they probably were scorned can actually revert to the better person, a better person for themselves, their children, their husbands, wives, or whatever relationship you have with oneself or outside of it. People and humankind will be very happy. Humanity would be happy if this all worked out in our favor and people did the job work. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we'll see you next week, Saturday at 3 o'clock on Know Your Truth Real Talk with me, Judge Desire for Knowledge. Ciao. Have a great week. Or should I say weekend? Enjoy.